Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart, and today's episode is going to be about the new NFL uniforms. The past couple weeks, it seems like quite a few teams have come out with new NFL uniforms. I think, the Bucks did, the Falcons did, and I think both choices were critically panned. I think that the Rams came out with new uniforms and a new logo. I see the Chargers coming out with a new logo and new uniforms. I looked it up, and there's 7 teams this offseason, that are unveiling new uniforms. The Rams, the Chargers, the Bucks, the Falcons, the Cleveland Browns, the Colts, and the Patriots, the New England Patriots, which is why, part of the reason why I decided to talk about this in today's episode, because I'm a Patriots fan, and they came out with the uniforms, and I'm like, okay. But it seems like, as most things do on social media, there's a lot of negative reaction to the uniforms. People didn't like the uniforms, the Patriot uniforms. They wanted Pat Patriot back. They wanted the ugly logo from the 80s, from 40 years ago back. 40 years ago. 30 years. Well, it wasn't 30 years ago. It was like 93? I'm going to say 93 is when the Patriots changed logos to what they have now from what they used to have, the white helmet with the ugly Patriots logo, the ugly Pat Patriot, I think is what it was called. Listen, nobody wants that logo back. Seriously, if you want that logo back, you weren't alive when that logo was around. Okay? That logo represents a dark period for the Patriots. And we don't need to go back to that. Alright? There's no way that we're going back to the Pat Patriot logo. I would be fine if they did like red shirts and white pants or silver pants or whatever. That would be great. But or maybe having it as like an alternative uniform sometimes, but like the main logo needs to be what the main logo is now, because I love the the new logo that's been around since 1993. That's 27 years? Something like that, yeah. Because they created the new logo. They came out with the new logo the year that they drafted Drew Bledsoe, which I believe was 1993. Or was it? Yeah, it was 1993. But yeah, just stop it. Stop it with the stupid crap about, oh, we need to go back to the old logo. No, you don't need to go back to the old logo. The old Patriots logo sucked. The new one, I say new, but it's 27 years old, it's great. And we need to keep that as it is. Because I'll tell you something, all right? Because if you're too young to remember this, look up Lisa Olsen scandal, okay? And I think all I can think of when I see the Pat Patriot logo is the Pat Patriot logo with no clothes on. Because I believe that was a thing that a newspaper came up with somewhere, and that's all I can think of. And that's got to be the darkest time, the darkest thing that ever happened to the Patriots was the Lisa Olsen scandal. And they needed to change the logo. Bob Kraft came along and changed the logo, and thank God he did, because it's an awful logo. It's probably, it's terrible. Right. Maybe if they bring back the logo, they upgrade it a little bit, but seriously. And, I mean, they can bring it back, but don't let it be the main logo. They can bring back that helmet every once in a while, maybe one game a year, but, I mean, Jesus Christ, don't bring it back for the whole fucking time. That's stupid. It's just like the people who wanted the old Buccaneer pirate, old school orange uniforms. The old Buccaneer uniforms, the orange and white, were ugly then. That's why they changed them. And they're going to bring them back and they'll think they're still fucking ugly. They're ugly. They're ugly uniforms. Why the hell do you want ugly uniforms back? This is the one thing. It's so annoying because, like, ESPN has nothing to talk about except to ask these analysts what their thoughts are on uniform changes. That's one of the things I hate about this virus pandemic is that the sports analysts are resort to think, oh, what do you think of this? Who cares what they think of the new uniforms? Who cares what anyone thinks of the new uniforms? I'm fine with the new uniforms. I think all of the new uniforms look great. I like new uniforms. I like to see new things. I can't think of anyone that's ever had ugly uniforms that they've changed. I don't know. I don't spend enough time trying to think about how much I hate new uniforms. Seriously. And you're going to ask some retired athlete who's probably had like a dozen concussions what they think about a new uniform. Of course they're going to hate it. Because that's what ESPN does. They give like the hot take. They give you go with whatever you think. You go with whatever they think that will get the most hatred, the most negative response. That's what they do. I'm fine with the new uniforms. I don't care about the new uniforms. Don't be so upset about the new uniforms. I mean, gee whiz. It's ridiculous. The new uniforms. You're upset. If you're upset about the new NFL uniforms, then you must have no problems at all, which is ridiculous because there's a virus pandemic going on. So everybody has problems much more than what the new uniforms are for NFL teams. Oh my God. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Doesn't make any sense. What the hell is wrong with people? When your biggest problem, when you're so upset over new uniforms, oh, I'm going to go on social media and complain about these uniforms. Really? Who cares? They're uniforms. They look fine. I thought the new Patriot uniforms looked fine. It's basically, they just basically went with their color rush uniforms. You know, maybe they're doing away with the color rush, and that's what they did. They went with they didn't go outside the box that much, but I think it's exciting. I think it's cool. I think it's good. You need to change things up. Change things around. Switch things up. It's fine. Don't get so upset about new uniforms. I mean, honestly, there's other things in this world to be upset about than new freaking uniforms. But, like, I've been watching this for the past couple weeks because I watch sports while I'm working from home, and it's like, no, they'll bring out new uniforms, and then they'll ask the sports analysts what they think. I mean, granted, they don't have anything else to talk about, but why even have them on to give their opinion on new uniforms? Why have them on at all? They'd probably save a lot more money if they just showed old games. ESPN should just change their programming to like ESPN Classic on all of the channels and just show old games over and over again. And who cares about their opinions on anything happening right now? Because there's nothing happening right now. Stupid. People are stupid. Sick of people being stupid. And they're stupid when they get so upset about new uniforms. My God. New uniforms. Really, you're going to get so upset over brand new uniforms. Or new logos. Oh, the new logo looks ugly. You know what? In a couple of years, you're going to be fine with that logo. You know what? You're going to hate the new logo now. You know? And then, like, years from now, you're going to want this logo back after they change it to another one. Because that's what happened. Like, I hated the Patriots logo from before. And then they changed it to something else. Great. And now people want the old one back? Are you serious? Just like with Bucks. People want the old Buccaneer helmet back? No. You want the creamsicle uniforms? The creamsicle orange and white uniforms were terrible. And the uniforms would look a lot better if a team actually won. Why don't they worry more about winning than they do what the uniforms look like? I don't give a damn what the uniforms look like. I don't give a damn what the uniforms look like. Just win games. That's all that fucking matters, is winning games. Who cares what your uniforms are? I don't care what the uniforms are. Change them, whatever. I don't give a shit. Just win. Just win. I don't care what the uniforms look like. Just friggin' win. Who friggin' cares? Seriously, get your priorities in order if you're so upset about what new uniforms your team has. If you're upset about your team's new uniforms, then you need to totally reprioritize your life. Well, I feel better. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Remember to share, subscribe, and review. However you're listening to this, whatever avenue. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, could you please give me a 5-star review? And if you're listening to this on Podbean, could you please like the episode? And if you're listening to this on YouTube, 3 things. Please like the episode and subscribe to my channel. Actually, that was it. Yeah, 2 things, not 3 things for YouTube. You can reach me at McTaggartAttack@gmail.com, and my social media is McTaggartAttack. And before we end the podcast, as always, we will end it with a what's pissing you off. And today's participant is Max Emmons of the Max on Mix-Off Show podcast, available wherever you download podcasts. I was a guest on the podcast this past weekend. It was fun bantering with those guys. They are all over in Rutland, so. And I got to do Zoom. I've never done Zoom before. God, I can't wait for this to be over so I don't have to do Zoom again. But anyway, Max is pissed off because he went to the Stewart's convenience store or store. It's a store. I don't know. He went to Stewart's to get K-cups. And when he checked out his items, the cashier said, okay, you must take your bag and leave immediately. I mean, so the cashiers are being bossy now, telling us to leave. I guess there's a problem with Stewart's. I guess not necessarily a problem, but there's a thing that happens where people just sort of stay there and eat or something like that, because I guess maybe they have seating there. I don't know, actually. I've never been to a Stewart's, so I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. But seriously, that is annoying when you're at the register and then the cashier tells you to leave. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, I was gonna leave anyway, so what difference does it make? I bought stuff and I've bought my stuff and now I'm gonna leave. You don't have to tell me to leave. I'm gonna leave. Especially at this time of a virus pandemic, I don't want to stick around here in the store. I come in, get my stuff, and I get the hell out. And you want to tell me to leave? You want to be bossy? I mean, I understand that we have to be, strict with social distancing, but you don't have to be rude to the customers. That sort of defeats the purpose. I mean, that sort of eliminates any sort of customer service. You don't have to tell them to, leave immediately. What is this, Russia? What is this, Nazi Germany? You're telling me to leave immediately? Oh my God, it should just be understood. Maybe they should just put up signs that say leave immediately instead of being rude and telling the customers, leave, here's your food, leave. Thank you for ordering, here's your food, get out of here. Really? That's what it's happening? That's what it's turned into? That's what we've become? God, I can't wait for this whole pandemic to be over. And that's the bottom line. If you smell what the McTaggart Attack podcast is cooking.